Hello, welcome back. Today we are doing an old trend from Tumblr. It's called a TMI tag. And it used to be like you just tag your friends or people, and it's usually 50 questions. But I thought I'd make it into a Q&A sort of style thing. So I've got 10 questions that I picked from comments, and then 10 just sort of general questions. Let's get into it. Okay, question 1. What have you been up to recently? I think the last month or so I've been on break from uni, and I've just been working because I work in a little retail job, which I love. Uni break has just ended, so I'm going to be going into semester 2 this week, starting this week, but most of my classes don't start till next week. I'm doing a bit of sort of modelling things as well, which is very fun. Catching up with friends, and yeah, that's sort of just the most of it. Sort of just doing what I usually do as well. Question number 2, do I have any pets? Yes. So I've got a bunny, and I have my dog Missy, and then I also have my guinea pig. Her name is Nutmeg. She will be 10 or 11 in November, which is crazy. 3, do I have any piercings? I have only my firsts done on both ears, and then I also have my belly button done. My friends took me to do that on my birthday last year. But I really want to get a septum, which is this one. Oh, I think it's so cool. Also, you can flip it up, so you can if it's not the vibe for the day, no septum or septum. I just think that's really awesome. I'm sorry, I think that's cool. Yeah, but I also want to get my seconds done, and then a conch and a helix. And there's so many I want to get done. But also I kind of want an eyebrow, but I feel I'm just too scared of scarring, which is why I don't have an eyebrow piercing. And I don't think I ever will. So cool, but yeah, I'm too afraid of the scarring on my eyebrow. Do I have any tattoos? I do not have any tattoos. I've always sort of told myself that I would wait until my frontal lobe had developed. I have so many ideas for ones that I'd like to get. I might get a matching one with my sister first. I think that'll be my first tattoo. Question 5, how old am I? I'm 19. So those of you who don't know, my birthday's on Halloween. So I'll be 20 this year, which is scary because this is my last couple of months as a teen. But I'm kind of excited. What is my zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is a Scorpio. But if you if you're one of those people who know your birth chart or your star signs and things, I'm a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and there's a couple more. I have 12 not 12. I have 7 or 8 Scorpio placements. It's insane. And then my rising sign is a Sagittarius, I believe. What are some makeup products you recommend? You're cool toned and you like a 90s grunge sort of vibe. MAC Stone is my favorite lip liner. I love it. And probably my holy grail makeup product, the Dior Backstage palette. I've had this for 2 or 3 years now. It's probably 2 years, but I feel I've barely made a dent in it, and I use it every day. It's a highlighter, it's a blush. You can use it the brown as an eyeshadow or a bronzer. I don't really use the bronzer, which is why this one is the golden one is untouched compared to the silver, which I use literally every day. I love it. It's kind of more on the expensive side, but it's also very, very worth it. If I had to keep one product, I'd probably keep this one. Next question, my favorite perfume. Okay, I've picked my favorite, and then I've got 2 sort of runner-ups. Because if you know me, you know that I love perfumes. So I have 3 main ones that I use and sort of rotate through. But if I buy a perfume, I literally spend months deciding if I want it. So there's a store close to me that sells this one, and at least once a week, I think, before buying it, I would just go in and I would spray the perfume, and then I would just go about my day with the perfume and see how it felt. 'Cause sometimes I get really bad headaches, and I get very overwhelmed by lots of scents. I'm very sensitive to fragrances. I can just smell everything. So top notes of ambers, and then magnolia, violet, sandalwood, and then musk and cedarwood at the base. And it's like the only perfume that's really difficult for me to describe. It smells so good. Like I swear I can smell a tiny bit of vanilla. It's so good. So that's like my number one at the moment. It's called Mojave Ghost. So go check it out if you can, it's so gorgeous. This is the Kayali Vanilla 28. It's so good if you love gourmands. It's like brown sugar vanilla. I love it, but I cannot wear it often because it's so strong. It's just like not my vibe for every day, but I like to use it if I'm layering it. So with like a different floral, like I will layer it with that. Layer it with like a different sort of smokier scent. I love like this smell of incense. And so I like layer it with like an incense perfume that I have. This is probably my second favorite. It's Burberry Her Elixir. I know there's a couple now. So when I first got it, there was like Burberry Her, Eau de Parfum. There was like the Eau de Toilette. Like they have all like the, you know, the sort of spin-off ones, flankers, if you will. And then this one was relatively new, a couple years ago, and then they brought out recently, it's called like Burberry Her Intense, I think, and it's the same shade bottle, but instead of it being like a shiny coated one, it's just a matte bottle, and it smells very similar but more like, this has got more of a creamier sort of vanilla base, and then the Intense is, I think it's called the Intense, but I could be wrong. The Intense is more like fresh berries. They're both like a berry scent, but this one I love. So yeah, go sit up there and we'll do the next question, because I've talked about perfumes for forever, but there are so many that I want and I love, but they're so expensive. So I use what I have, and then I'll think about buying more, but not anytime soon. Okay, my favorite TV show. I just finished watching Hannibal, which is, it's actually quite old now, I think. Yeah, and I loved it. It was so good. I think the first season was kind of my favorite, even though like the third season, like they were excellent. They're so good. So if you haven't seen Hannibal or you don't know anything about it, I would definitely recommend you watch it. But then sort of like my favorite of all time is like really boring. It's not really boring, but it's kind of basic. I love Gossip Girl. I kind of grew up on Gossip Girl, so that's kind of just like a favorite. My favorite actor, okay, I have two. As you can see my posters, you can probably see them on the wall. So there's Audrey Hepburn. It's like right in the middle. I have like 5 different photos of Audrey on my photo wall. She's like probably my favorite actress of all time. And then a current favorite, I feel like would be Lily Rose Depp. I just feel like she's doing so many amazing performances right now. I'm hugely into gothic horror, which we'll probably talk about later. And she did Nosferatu, and there's like 3 Nosferatu posters on my wall right now. I've also seen like the original, like the silent film is so cool. But if you can find it, watch it, it's really good. But yeah, she's killing it, so big fan of her. Okay, what's my music taste like? What music do I listen to? I listen to, it's kind of like cliche to say this, but I kind of listen to a little bit of everything. Like totally dependent on how I feel on the day. Like there are days I'll listen to like hyper pop, and then the next day I might be listening to like goth rock or like industrial. I love like 90s industrial music, it's so good. And then like the next day I'll listen to like sad pop girl. I love it. There's just so much to listen to. It's also the sun is setting, so I'm starting to get like a bit of golden, which is super pretty. But yeah, I literally listen to anything. My favorite bands, I'd have to say, is sort of a band, it's more of a duo, but Depeche Mode. And then my favorite artists right now, obviously because I listen to so much, it's like very drastic, but my favorite 2 I'd say are Ethel Cain and then Adele, and they are 2 like complete opposite sides of the coin. Next question is my favorite song, and I don't really have like an all-time favorite song. I'd say I only have a collection of songs that I love over like all time, and sort of I just discover new songs that I like. I think my favorite song right now is Dust Bowl by Ethel Cain, which if you haven't heard it, go have a listen. Either Dust Bowl or Waco, Texas. They're both from her album Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You, which I saw live like a couple months ago. So good. Some hobbies or things I do in my free time. A lot of my hobbies, I sort of just sit in my room and like write music or like play music. I also like to read. This is my like nightstand. This is the book I'm reading right now. It's called A Certain Hunger. It's pretty good. I haven't gotten like super far into it because I've only just started, but I like to go ice skating when I can. I love ice skating. I've always loved it. My friends, sometimes we just like text each other, we're like, do you want to go skating? It's like, yeah, let's go. We just go ice skating, so I love doing that. Yeah, whenever I have the time. Dream jobs. Honestly, my dream job would be to like write and perform my own music. Like in my dream world, that's what I do. So I haven't given up on that yet. I also I love acting and singing and performing. But yeah, my dream job would be to perform music. And also acting, which is fun, but I think music's always been my true passion, so that's a dream job. Even though I'm not studying music currently, it's still something that I always find my way back to. So my favorite piece of jewelry, let me go get it. This is my favorite piece of jewelry. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's a little golden swan, only fits my pinky. And it's very, very old. This was given to me by my grandmother, and I'm pretty sure her grandmother gave it to her. It's a family heirloom, so it's a very special piece. So I don't often wear it because I'm so scared of losing it. But yeah, I think that would have to be my favorite piece. It's just beautiful. And we're doing some fashion questions now, which is fun. My favorite pair of shoes. I brought them over. These are my favorite pair of shoes currently. They're insane. They're this loafer style shoe, and then they've got see the heel is a cylinder, and then it's not even attached. It's really cool. What? I love them. I think they're really fun. Allegedly they're Margiela, but they were $200 on Depop, so I have no idea, but I love them regardless because they're just very, very cool. How do I deal with bad body image? What I used to do a lot is when I was really struggling, I would turn all the mirrors away in my room or in my house or wherever I was, or just cover them if that you can't turn them around. And if I would feel a particular way about something, the more that I thought about it, the worse I would feel. So the more that I hyperfixate on something, it would just help make me spiral, and it was never helpful to keep analyzing myself that way. So it's something that I still deal with. I think everyone does, no matter your background. It's just the way that the world is currently. It's hard to not judge the way you look and the way you feel. Mirrors is one thing that I would do, and sometimes I'm feeling good and it doesn't bother me so much and I'm happy to have mirrors, and then sometimes there are just days where it is a lot harder. And everyone's different, so struggle with the way that you look and the way that you feel. Maybe mirrors isn't a thing for you and that doesn't trigger you in any way, but that's sort of my number one thing. So that's where advice comes from. Also, something I like to do is get a whiteboard marker or a texter, and just write affirmations, positive affirmations on my mirror, so that when I do look in it and I feel bad about myself, I have to read a positive affirmation. You literally go for anything. So that's another thing that I do. I do affirmations on mirrors and sort of just daily. Distractions are for me something that work very well, and also just put some comfy clothes on. I think in society we sort of worry about how our clothes fit and how we look, and so sometimes if I'm feeling really uncomfortable in my skin, I just put on like the biggest, ridiculous, like oversized clothes. Like sometimes I can get overwhelmed by the feeling of clothing on my body. And so just like baggy clothes can help with that a lot of the time. So yeah, those are my tips. I hope you find them helpful. Yeah, there's so many different things that you can do though, but they're just some things that I like to do. How does it feel when you look back on your old recovery videos? Is there anything you were too ashamed or scared of to share at the time that you would share now? There's actually a lot. I don't tend to like go back and look at the videos. I sort of try to avoid it, not because I'm ashamed of it, just because it was like a different part of my life. I keep them there because I know that like they still have value for people and they're still helpful. Something I've never really told anyone, I think, is that when I first started with like the YouTube videos, I wasn't actually committed to getting better. My eating disorder had a lot to do with like other mental health issues that I struggle with. So I was very depressed and very suicidal. So my eating disorder was sort of the way that I dealt with those emotions. When I found out that they were actually helping people, that gave me something to fight for. I felt like I couldn't let like other people down because there were so many people who I felt who told me that I was helping them. So yeah, I think I never really told anyone that, but that's when I sort of genuinely committed to recovering, is because I saw how many people that I was helping and I felt like I was making a difference. It sort of gave me something to fight for, I think. Yeah. Next question is, if you have a nickname, what is it? I have a couple nicknames. Obviously Veronica is not like the shortest name, so sometimes it's not easy for people to say. My parents and like cousins and that, they all call me Ronnie. And some of my friends do as well, but a lot of people don't call me Ronnie anymore. They call me V, like just like the letter V, or like V-E-E. I don't really know, but yeah, I don't mind it. I think nicknames are kind of fun, and it's always interesting to see what people come up with, especially because my name is like, I don't know, I feel like there's not that many nicknames you can make, and then I'm still always surprised. Main to a Ronnie and V, but I get lots. Okay, what color and style is your hair? Currently, I don't know if you can tell, it's like black, but it's sort of a faded black. You know, I don't have natural black hair. Obviously this is actually probably some of the first time you will see me with black hair for some people. But yeah, I dyed it black a couple of months ago, end of last year, I think. And it's just my vibe, and I'm obsessed. And I'm gonna have it for a while, I think. And then the style of my hair, I don't know, I'd say it's sort of just long layers, like a 90s vibe, but yeah, I'm gonna cut more layers in it soon because I feel like it's a bit one-dimensional at the moment. Next question is, what is my fashion style? I wouldn't say that I prescribe myself up to like a particular style. Like I sort of just, I've always liked what I like, if you know what I mean. Like I've always liked gothic, like antiques, like lace, like lots of different things. I was big into the coquette thing back when in like 2020, 2021, 2022, before it got sort of like absolutely capitalized and commercialized, and it just became like bows on hoodies. And so I'd say that's not something I like. Like it's not something that I dislike now. I still actively think about that, but I wouldn't say that I have a particular like style or aesthetic. I'd say it's just like sort of, I wear what I like, sort of my own aesthetic maybe in a way. But yeah, I love like grungy 90s, love gothic. Avant-garde, I love avant-garde, but there's like so much of it is so expensive, which is like insane, but it's so beautiful. Like there's so many beautiful designs. Yeah, just love fashion. It just interests me. Okay, the very last question is, who should answer these questions next? I'm gonna say you guys should. I know maybe there's some questions in there that you can't really answer maybe, but there are certainly some that I would love to know your answers to. So I hope I got to all of your questions. If I didn't, just let me know and I can just answer it. Yeah, that's it. So I wonder how much darker it's gotten since I started this video, because the sun is like now coming over. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. I know it's been a really long time, sorry, but I'll see you very soon.